All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Waterford Come Clubber Positivity Podcast in collaboration with the YSLC Podcast and Modern Projects Association. My name is Milan, your host for today's episode, and today I'll be joined by...
Fafa. Hi everyone, it's great to be back.
Indeed, it is great to have you back again as a host for this installment for the YSLC viewers. Anyway, so today we'll be talking about moving abroad. So, Fafa, what actually got you to, go out there and move to China?
Well, honestly, it's a really long story, and I've always known that I was going to move abroad for university. But yeah, to sum up, after I did the GDM and kind of graduated, it was kind of natural for me to aim to go to China right after. So that was why I chose to come to Shanghai, China. Obviously, I'd like to get more into detail about why that was the reason later in this episode. But yeah, how about you? Like, what made you decide to go abroad?
I mean, for me, right? Like most people, like in Thailand, they would go like, "What, Milan? Why would you go to this random school in Swaziland or Eswatini?" Well, for me, right? Like when I applied to UWC, UWC is no random school. It is where they try to gather people who could become like potential youth leaders and also like potential future world leaders who would come together and do something about what's going on across the world right now. And also like I just really want I really love this idea of like, of course, I mean the scholarship was tempting, but like this like idea of us like people coming from across the world and us being able to exchange our ideas in this school while also like trying to like collaborate and see what we can do about like issues that's like not just like those in Eswatini but also like in our home countries is always something that I find really appealing. Also like I myself I already have some experience like moving abroad before when I went to boarding in China, so it's like for me like I just feel like this is like a really good school for me to like try out these ideas because like I also like really agree with what the school stands for.
Yeah, that's really inspiring. Yeah, I'd say it's like also kind of pretty similar for me. Um, After the acceptance letter, it was like very tempting. Like, okay, I want to ask from your perspective though. Like, you said you've moved abroad before. Do you think the fact that you've done it before has helped you adjust to moving to Eswatini?
I mean, technically for me, moving abroad isn't really moving abroad. Like, I do have a Chinese citizenship, but then like, it's almost like I'm in a different country. But I would say yes, because like with my experience like boarding in China, I had to learn like some like very crucial skills, like for example like how to like hand wash everything when for example electricity were to go out, for example. That skill was very useful, especially like when I for example move here and there. Like sometimes it doesn't make sense for you to throw everything into the washing machine. Of course it's very not environmental. What I also learned from like being in China is like as outside of my responsibilities is to like how to like sit in a room with someone you don't actually agree with at all. When I moved into China, I had like despite me being half Chinese, I have a very westernized perspective of how China is like and how I view the country. And then like be like when I was boarding in China, I had to like exchange my ideals with the students from my school. And then like we were able to like exchange how we view about the world, how like their perspective, even though you don't agree with them, doesn't mean that it's wrong. It could be an alternate solution to the issue that you're facing right now. What about you, Fafa? Do you have any experience like this
Yes,
before?
exactly. Definitely. I agree with you quite entirely about the different perspectives thing. I think it's always inevitable that you meet different type of people who, you know, don't really view the world the same way in which you do. Yeah, and now that that is brought up, I think one of the things in which I've learned a lot from moving abroad is, well, I mean, for China particularly, I'm really glad that the people here, even though like you're not able to communicate fully with them, most of them at least like try to understand you and like, um, well, I'm a Thai person, but I'd say I look pretty Chinese, so people often mistake me as like a Chinese person. So I'd be like going at it with them in Chinese, but then mid conversation, I'd be like, "What? 听不懂?" Like I don't understand what they're saying. So I asked them what it is, and I told them that I'm not from China. And yeah, it's always a point in which yeah, most of them would be curious about where you're from, why you're here. I think it's interesting to hear about a lot of their perspectives on Thailand, which is my home country. And yeah, like they're always interested when you're not from the country because they would want to know more. And yeah, I think that is something in which I'm really happy to have exchanged with a lot of them. Like once they learn that you're not from China, it's like this unspoken understanding that, well, I mean, they're kind of nicer to you in a way. Not because like not nicer, but like more of like they're more understanding of you and they try to like go out of their way to help you. At least that is my experience.
I mean, for me, right? Like when I moved to Eswatini, I remember like the amount of issues like I faced traveling here. I had a 20-hour transit in Johannesburg, South Africa. And then like I was like people from across the world. Like what I really love about this is that like no matter like which culture you are from, the people there like ordinary people are really kind and they're willing to like lend a helping hand whenever they can. Like I remember like it was like in January 2024 when I landed in South Africa. Like in those 20 hours I was stuck inside the airport because wasn't allowed to leave. I didn't have the form to leave as a minor. I was able to like talk with like people who own these shops. Some were selling clothes. Some people were telling me where I could go rest, where I could go to sleep, for example, and all like others they were willing to like lend me, for example, their charger. Because like I did not know that in South Africa and in Eswatini they had this like different adapter. So then like I almost ran out of phone battery, and
Yeah,
thankfully I was saved by a bunch of locals. So like that was really amazing, and like that shows like how kind people are, especially like when they see that like you are a foreigner. Also like what I learned from like moving abroad, like from China, that helped me like adjust to like Swaziland as well, was also like going to China, right? I have already learned how to deal with homesickness, if you get what I mean. So then like when I moved here, right?
that's great.
Yeah, like so when I moved here, like I don't feel as much of homesickness. Like I mean, of course, like everyone would feel a little bit of homesickness when they move abroad. Some may feel a lot, but then like once you spend like enough time, really like once you create the bonds with the people there, be it like adults, kids, strangers, whatever, like once you feel at least somewhat at home, then like that really helps, and like especially if you have prior experience before.
Mm. Yeah, I totally relate. Like, I guess, well, kind of. During the first couple of months for me in which I moved to China, I miss Thailand wholeheartedly. Like, I mean, it didn't hit me quite much until like I guess week 4 or 5. Week 1, 2, 3 were just like, oh yay, I'm finally abroad. It's like my new sense of freedom is gonna be the beginning of a new great adventure. And yeah, well, it still feels that way now. But like during like the 5th or 6th week of me like coming to China, I was like, okay, man, I miss Thailand. I miss like my family. I miss the food. But yeah, I guess like the benefits outlie the cons. So like sometimes like when it's late at night or like there are some moments in which like I just like end up feeling like really really homesick. But then like most of the time I'm just really glad and really grateful that I have the opportunity to spend my 17-year-old life here in China. And well, yeah, it's really an amazing feeling actually. Like there's this there's this new sense of freedom in which you gain from moving abroad, in which the for me, I feel like I'm really happy for. I don't know if it's like the same for you, but like in Thailand, I feel like how I spend my time is more limited. Uh, my circumstances, like family and stuff you have going on. So moving abroad has been like this window of outlet where I guess my 24 hours is more kind of managed by me entirely. Like when I was back in Thailand, there are like these family obligations and stuff. Yeah, and I'm really grateful that moving to China has made me realize that I have this new sense of freedom where I can manage my own time and stuff like that. Yeah. What about you? Is it pretty similar to you?
About like my own time, I would say that like I already have like some freedoms already, like when I was at home, but then like I still relate that like I feel like a lot more free to like decide to do what I want to do with my time, like in terms of like studies, schoolwork, or if I just want to do my hobby. Like I would say like moving abroad here, it's like it's less chaotic and less time strict here. It's like you can like with my experience here, like people are more flexible, and I think like that's also like because of the fact that like you now run your own life as what you've said before. But then, from what you've said earlier, what I really miss about Thailand is the food. Like, I miss Thai food so badly that I started to cook it so
Exactly.
often, right? That people on campus are asking me to give them my menu so that they could order. So that
Yeah,
was
Thai
fun.
food's the best.
Yes,
Yeah.
although like I'm not sure if you have this in your university, but like for me in UWC, right? Like with like the diversity of the people who come from across the world, like for example, like I got to try some really nice Ukrainian borscht or something. I cannot pronounce that, but like made by the Ukrainian student this year. I think it was like in March. And then like I was able to try some like I don't know the name of this, but I also try like some Arab food as well made by my seniors last year, and it tasted amazing as well. Or like the fact that like we have like this yearly cooking competition inside my hostel
Mm-hmm.
where like would have people like I think
Oh.
like yeah, so like we have people from like across the hostel making food from their home country or their favorite dishes, and then and then like we get to try, especially if you're a judge, and then like it's like a very fun way for us to have like a cultural exchange. It makes you a little bit less homesick, I would say, but most importantly, there's amazing food all the time.
Yeah, nah, that is really amazing. When I go back to Thailand this summer, I'd love to cook as well. Like when I was in Thailand, I'd like to help my grandma make meals like pad kapao and like all the generic Thai food. Now here in China, I guess because like we have a school canteen and like ECNU, like I guess the food is like pretty cheap here. Um, and I mean, I like Chinese food, so I don't really get the chance to like cook. I don't even have a kitchen actually. But I mean, there are some people who have brought stuff to like cook in their dorms. I'd love to try that sometime. I haven't had that opportunity though. But yeah, what I've really been missing is like khao niao mamong, like mango sticky rice. I've tried like several places of like mango sticky rice in China, but like I haven't found a single one that has been like authentic or like on any level in which like the one in front of my the lady in which sells it in front of my condo sells it. Like I haven't found one which is like on par with that yet. I'm hoping to though because I really really like that dish. Yeah, like mango sticky rice here. I guess it's like a different kind of mango sticky rice. It's like very tailored to the Chinese tongue, I'd say. My fellow friends who are from Thailand who are also studying here agrees with me. So yeah, mango sticky rice, that's definitely gonna be on my to-do list when I go back to Thailand. To eat list, yes, when I go back to Thailand.
Oh yes, I do remember. Like when I went back to Thailand for the first term break, like the first thing I did was went to an Isan like restaurant and just devouring the
Oh
food.
yeah.
That's the first thing I did like in the
Wow.
first term break. I did that like every term break. Oh yeah. Speaking about the sticky rice with mango, was it the mango or was it the sticky rice that like did not taste Thai?
Okay, actually both, but more so the sticky rice. Like there's something about the way that they cook it, like there's always like something wrong with it. Like I'm not saying that like something not authentic. It's like the rice isn't uh cooked properly, and sometimes it's like it's supposed to be okay. It's supposed to be somewhat salty as well if it's going to be authentic, but oftentimes it's just like pure sweet. Like so it's not really mango sticky rice. It's more like mango pudding rice, if you get what I mean. Like try to imagine it. Like it's just imagine mango and like rice that's like sweet and tastes like cream. But yeah, like I guess it's good and delicious in a way, but man, I miss the one in front of my condo. Like it is so amazing, that one. I mean, I didn't realize that I even liked it at first. Like it's something in which you come to appreciate once you miss it, you know? Like yeah, you miss things when you don't have it anymore. It applies with the mango sticky rice.
And like for me, like other like little things that I really appreciate when I move abroad that I don't really have is probably like the fast internet. Because I mean you're in China,
Yeah.
right? So it's still pretty fast, but then like I would say like it's really quite a privilege to be like especially as Asians because like Asia, East and Southeast Asia has like some of the fastest internets on the planet. So then it's like
Yes, Bangkok internet is like superb compared to like many places.
isn't it like top 5 or something if I remember correctly once?
Yeah, like yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's really a privilege to like be able to experience that when I move abroad. Like it's something that like, you know, it's like when it reminds me of like when I was younger, when we used to have like when you know 3G was a thing, LTE was a thing where like internet wasn't that fast. It's like maybe it also gives us a
Mhm.
break, you know, especially from like social media and stuff, and then like you get to like appreciate what's there in front of you in real life rather than like you know sitting there waiting for a computer to
Waiting.
download something that takes like 15 minutes. I think like that also like gives you a good
Exactly.
excuse to like to just like go out bond with people where you are especially. So Fafa, how do you think like you know moving abroad has changed you? Maybe some ways it has shaped you somehow.
That's a pretty good question, actually. Um, I guess one of the things in which has really improved about myself is my time management skill. As I've kind of mentioned before, there's this new sense of freedom in which you get from moving abroad. So you get to choose how you dedicate the 24 hours of the day in which you get. For instance, back when I was in Thailand, I didn't really get to meditate actually. And this brings me to my second point, which is the people around you really shape who you are. So, when I came to China, I made this really close friend and she started meditating. That resulted in me following in pursuit with her. And now I went from a person who didn't meditate at all to someone who, got into it because my close friend did. And that was like the sole reason. I think who you hang around is really influential towards yourself as well and how you turn out as a person. You're like the average of the 5 people in which you spend the most time with. So that's like something in which I guess is pretty beneficial, in which I've learned.
I mean, like moving abroad, like the people around me, like they like for me, I would say like they don't shape me as much as how they've shaped you, but like they still like push me to do like the things that I've always wanted to do in Thailand, but then like I wasn't really able to, or like my past like
Mm.
experiences made me like, refrain from doing it. Like, for example, like I have like wanted to try for fun, like, go into like this some random theater play, for example. And then there was this, and then like, we had this opportunity last year. There was this school play that popped up. So I auditioned, and then I became like the guy that everyone from the show was supposed to hate. But still, like, being this like very strict Asian teacher is still fun. Like, I get to try out something that like I haven't really tried in a while that I want to do. Like, and also like with that theater teacher, like she also like encouraged me and also taught me skills on how to try and voice act. I will not do it here because I'm a little bit embarrassed, but then like, like just because of that, like those tips and advice, I actually just recorded a few lines for a project that I shall not disclose on some random on some random project. I just did that like last Saturday night. So then like as you can see here, like it's very nice to be able to like get out, like get out there and do things that you want to do as well. Because like I have friends who are there who tell me like like it's okay, Milan, like you can do it here. We won't judge you, And also like that also like got me to like be eventually join choir. Like for a while I've always wanted to do choir, but then like the biggest issue I had with choir is that I think that I don't really belong there until the soprano, soprano, a bass, a tenor, and I think 2 altos dragged me to the music room, signed me up to choir, and then I was like, okay, I'll be here. And then like that turns out to be something that's really fun as well. Like just to have like these like nice friends who are able to encourage you to do the things you want to do. And then like even like when you are reluctant to do it, sometimes it takes a bit of a nudge, or for me, being coerced to join it, jokingly, of course. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're trying to support you and be sweet, which is like really, really amazing. Yeah, having a good support group or like people that push you to do things are like really, really important. Like, yeah, not to just advance in life, but I guess like to your mental health as well. Because like, imagine if you didn't have those friends and those people that brought you to the choir group, right? You would have never tried it. So yeah, that's like really, really something in which I think is really important to have. Yeah, and again, I guess some advice for those of you who are listening to this who maybe are thinking about trying something in which you haven't tried before, like moving abroad, like our topic today, for instance. Well, just go for it. Just take every opportunity in which you can, and yeah, no need to care what other people think. It's important that you just like listen to your inner voice and do what you gotta do. You only live once. Well, I mean, just like a quick message to those of you who are listening to this and considering, going abroad, whether it's for university, for an exchange program, for summer or whatever. Just go for it. You have all the advice that you're gonna get already. Like you mentally know everything already. Just go for it and don't worry so much.
Yes, you guys got this. So, anyways,
you guys got this.
Yes. So, anyways, I would like to thank you very much, Fafa, for showing up for today's episode.
Thank you.
And also, I would like to give thanks to the Waterford Positivity Podcast team, the YSLC International team, and the Modern Projects Association for making this podcast possible. Remember, guys, stay positive. You guys got this, and see you guys later.
Yay. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.